Welcome to the Hey Jimmy podcast. For years, these five fools have spent way too much time together debating the most idiotic notions. Now they are recording for your pleasure. Put on your thinking caps and strap in for some weird and wild talking points.
Hey Jimmy!
Jimmy!
I love how it was like a call and response this time.
I kind of forgot about it.
Hey Jimmy!
Jimmy!
Welcome. I don't know why I'm having trouble talking right now. Maybe it's the fucking Cheez-Its I just shoved in my face.
Maybe you didn't have enough coffee.
No, I definitely had enough coffee today. I've had 3 cups of coffee.
Woo.
And to be honest, let me tell you how much of a hobo I was today. I was in my shop and I was gonna have some breakfast and I had some oatmeal, and I couldn't make hot water with anything other than the coffee maker. Ironic. And there was already a pot of coffee being brewed, so I just poured coffee into my instant oatmeal.
2 in
Which
1.
I considered 1 cup because it was like 8 ounces of coffee.
Not something I would say I
You know?
would have done.
You got a 2 for 1.
Yeah, definitely. So we are 5 fast friends that have been together so long that we can literally debate anything. And nowadays our conversations devolve into talking about silly shit. So we're here to debate some silly shit.
Adulthood.
Adulthood, right? You know.
Fucking millennials. We should be solving world hunger, but here we are talking about silly shit.
Yes.
We all go through our stages of regression.
Oh, yeah. We can all say that the past year and a half has been a little bit of regression for most of the world. So.
Danger, Nick Schwartz. Danger. That sounded a little bit like politics.
I guess. Hey, keep using you and yours safe. That's all I gotta say. Okay, so I'm gonna spin the wheel, and we're gonna debate one of the random funny topics we've talked about. I don't know if I'd say funny, but it's fun topic.
We'll make
Spin
it
that fucker.
Okay, here
Spin
we go.
It good.
And our topic today is: how much would you pay to punch a certain celebrity in the face?
I'm excited for this.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess the question is like, is it a celebrity I hate the most, or is it like there's a celebrity tied up and you can pay to just punch, like it's like a circus booth.
Like, is this going to be found out about where you're going to get assault charges? Because that matters to me. I like to think there's since you're paying for the privilege, I like to think that person has waived their right, like Squid Game
Yeah, I
style.
feel like there's
Like
an NDA.
Or,
there's an NDA that's been written up.
Perhaps that person is offering the opportunity for you to punch them in the face for money because maybe they have a drug problem. Maybe they got, some alimony they're behind on.
Approaching this as the punching form of a dunking booth, I guess.
Yeah,
no, and 0 consequences. And also, what if I want people to know I punched a celebrity in the face? Like, that changes the incentive, right? Like,
I think that also increases the amount of cost, especially if you want to upload it to social media. I'm pretty sure
I'm just saying, if
up.
I can walk around saying I punched Liam Neeson in the face and I'm alive still.
Yeah, but he's not as badass. He's not as badass as his character was on Taken, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, but most
Keanu Reeves
American...
now. Keanu Reeves, I wouldn't want to punch in the face.
Oh, but who would want to punch Keanu Reeves in the face? I just want to have like a
Listen.
drink
We live in a weird world. I'm sure somebody wants to punch him in the face, but that man's a sweetheart and just absolute royalty in my mind.
He's also gone through a lot of shit in his lifetime, so maybe not punch him in the face.
Yeah, or shoot his fucking dog.
Yeah.
You shouldn't shoot anybody's dog.
He did real training for
That's
those movies. Just a reminder.
Oh yeah, I mean, I watched those movies. He's badass. The horse. What was it? It's in John Wick 3 when he's like doing the horse fight.
The horse fight.
Yeah, with the sword. It was awesome because he's really doing all that with wire work. It's still at what? He's like 52. Kind of crazy. Okay, back to.
I have a lot to work up to.
Yep. Don't we all? It's like, I personally feel like it's like if you punch certain people in the face, would you hurt yourself more? So like then you've lost money for punching a celebrity in the face, and your hand hurts or you broke it.
See, one of the things I would do is I would pay to punch Chuck Norris in the face and record it, and just instead of actually hitting him, just like barely scrape him and just go ah.
No, but it wouldn't be appropriate to punch Chuck Norris. You got to do a roundhouse kick.
Yeah. Well, no, thank you, Carrie.
Okay,
Thank you for knowing
that's
your
part of the joke
artists.
is like you can't hurt him with a punch, right? Like he's
what is
he's,
this 2008? We're talking about Chuck
him.
Norris.
Yeah, Chuck Norris jokes. That's what I'm talking about right now. Doing a video version of a Chuck Norris joke.
I mean, it all comes back full circle, right? That's why we're talking about Chuck Norris. Okay, I'm gonna put out my first offer. Sorry, I have Cheez-Its in my mouth. Or it's not even Cheez-Its. It's turtles baked, which sounds terrifying, but it's Cheez-Its from Aldi. Pronounce it correctly that time. It's from Savor-Its.
Got it.
That's how they I don't know how they got around putting Ritz in their name.
So wait, is it closer to Cheez-Its or Goldfish?
It's like Cheez-Its. It's like a combination. It's pretty good.
Because if it's in the shape, it's probably more like Goldfish.
It's a shape, but it's got the consistency of Cheez-Its. Now, going back to my offer, I think I would spend as much as like $100,000 to like sock like Jean-Claude Van Damme in the face.
How much?
Like $100,000. I don't have that, but if I could, I would. I don't know. He's just a weird dude, and I've heard a lot of weird stories about him. And I think he could take it. Like, I think he'd hit it, and you'd get that weird response, like, "That's all you got?" And I think that would be just like an interesting story.
Yeah, you just need to put it in a French accent. Is that all you got?
Is he French?
I
believe he's Quebec. Belgian.
Yeah, I think he's Belgian.
Well, that's pretty much French.
I see.
I'm sure if you said that to him, he would then turn around and punch you in the face.
And then you say,
he'd be like, "Okay, my turn."
And then you say, "Come here, you commie."
Yeah.
How's that?
I work.
He is from Belgium,
so
he is from Belgium.
I feel like I can make that statement.
Well, here's the thing. So like, I would punch him because like he is in good health. Like, but what if it was any celebrity? Like, would you refrain? Like, let's say there's a newspaper article and it says $800,000 and you can punch Anthony Hopkins in the face. Would you do it just because you could? Or is it because he's like in his 80s, you just be like, "Nah, man, that's so rude"?
He's also a fucking knight.
He is.
Would you punch a knight in the face?
Like, is there someone that's too famous that you wouldn't want to punch in the face? Like, let's say Paul McCartney was like, "Give me $2.5 million and you can punch me in the face." That's my kink. That's my kink.
I think it would have to be somebody who's a big douche.
Yeah, because I would never punch Dave Grohl in the face. That's
no one would punch Dave Grohl in the face.
Steve would pay to do something else.
I would pay not to punch him in the face. Like, you'd have to force me to punch him in the face, and I'd pay to get out of it. That's what it would happen.
Steve would
so
pay
you wanna-
Dave
if you-
Grohl to punch him in the face.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Steve would
100%.
sacrifice his firstborn to avoid punching Dave Grohl in the face if he was forced to. He would sell his soul to the devil.
The legend must live.
Oh man. Okay, so what about? Is there? Okay, let's go back to it. So like, how much? So what is a celebrity? I guess. What's
What
a
is the
celebrity that
worth?
you hate? And
Well, I
what is that
guess-
celebrity worth paying for to punch?
Oh man.
So my celebrity that I would pay to punch would be Jack Black.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely hate him with a passion. Nothing about him even screams, that he's any form of not punchable.
Wow.
Let's put it
Wow,
that way.
rude.
I believe Steve has an opinion.
I do. I
Yeah,
do.
this came up. This came up when I sent him a video of Jack Black performing with Foo Fighters, and he was like, "I can't even fucking watch this. This is fucking terrible."
His voice is awful.
What?
His like every movie that he's in, I can't watch it. It annoys the hell out of me. I can not get 2 seconds into it. I've hated him for so long. The first time I heard, so there was a time I heard Tenacious D, and I was like, why do I hate this so fucking much? And then I'm like, who are these guys? Because I want to trash them on the internet. And I look online.
Oh, you're a troll.
Go figure
Is
who
that
the
what you're
singer
saying?
is of that band. Jack Black. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, so how much would you pay to punch him in the face?
I'm gonna say 20,000 per punch because there's gonna be multiple punches.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know.
Also,
that
if it's
hate
money's
ran
going to
that
him, I don't
fucking
want him
deep
to
into
have
your
large
heart.
amounts of it. What was that?
I didn't know the hate for Jack Black ran that deep in your heart.
I just think that movies that he's in would be better if he wasn't in them. Which is also why I don't want to see that what is it, that Mario movie that's coming out. I'm not gonna go watch that. I'm not watching it solely for the fact that he's in it.
Well, Jack Black, just if you're listening to this podcast, because I know we're super popular, but not everybody here feels the same way that he does.
I don't.
Just want to put that out there. I personally love you. And I sang your music probably from the age of 13 to 18. Learned a lot of inappropriate sexual things from you. I appreciate that.
I thought School of Rock was pretty good.
No, I mean,
Nope.
to me, Jack Black's the person where I think I'm going to hate everything he does, and then I watch it and I'm pleasantly surprised.
No,
Gotcha.
he's the kind of person who I think I'm gonna hate everything he does. I sit down and watch it and go, yeah, no, this is actually as awful as I think it is, and then I have to turn it off.
I thought I thought I was going to hate School of Rock, but I really loved that one. What about
Okay, well,
Tropic
to be
Thunder?
Tropic Thunder was amazing.
Well, I'm just saying because Jack Black was in that. I'm just trying to see the level of hate where you...
I have not watched more than 10 minutes of Tropic Thunder.
I love how he's NPRing the mic right now. He's like,
I'm just trying to
It's right up in there.
emphasize how much I am about this, and it is legit. I cannot watch more than 10 minutes of a film with Jack Black.
okay, and now you have to tell me like a member of the opposite sex, a celebrity that you would. I said that weird. What? Tell me of another person that is not a male that you would want to punch in the face if you had the opportunity to pay for it, and how much would you pay? See, because it doesn't even make sense to me that you would pay $20,000 to punch him. I would be like $5 and a cold cock. God.
The opportunity to hit him would be great because then maybe he would understand that he is not as funny as he.
I disagree. I don't think a punch from you would change his mind on whether or not he thinks he's funny. I'm pretty sure there's millions of fans out there that would beg to differ.
Probably, but I'll take the movie ratings that that exist of the movies that he's in to show how not top tier his movies are.
You don't like Kung Fu Panda?
Nope. Also haven't watched it.
Okay, so you can't not like it if you haven't watched it.
Exactly.
Again, 10 minutes of any movie.
Lot.
First time I heard his voice, I was out.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's an animation. You're not looking at him.
Doesn't matter. His voice is the part that annoys me. One of the more prominent things.
So what we're saying is that Steve just hates Jack Black with a passion, and at any cost, he would punch Jack Black in the face. Good to know.
But on the same time, punching him isn't going to help you get over his voice because he's going to be like, ah, and he might even be telling jokes while you're punching him. So what are you going to do about that?
Hit him again.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to work. I think you're going to be disappointed.
I don't know. I'm just hoping that I hit him hard enough the first time that he just goes, "Wow! If people are really willing to punch me in the face this hard over my acting abilities, maybe I'll stop. Maybe I'll get out while I'm ahead and just raise my kids, live my life." And,
Yeah, I can't believe
just
you've never
walk away
watched.
from the
You've never
movies.
watched Nacho Libre.
No, absolutely not.
Nacho!
Absolutely not. The commercial annoyed me. The commercial. I could not stand to watch the commercial.
I'm not trying to watch my calorie intake, so if you could just take that soda and make it half diet and half regular, take 2 of the nuggets and throw them away.
Yes. Alex, you're being so silent. Tell us who you would spend a lot of money to punch in the face. It
Well, I
could
mean-
be whoever.
Well, that's the thing. This is hard because, like, at first I thought we were gonna be like serious. Like, I'm not a
Oh,
billionaire,
I'm pretty serious.
so I can't afford $20,000 a punch. And so I had to think and hem and haw, like, who would I spend like what I consider a big chunk of money?
I think
But I
we're
mean,
assuming we're not.
If we're just
you know,
assuming resources are unlimited, then God, I'd pay $1 billion to punch Mark Zuckerberg in the face. Clock that son of a
That's a
bitch.
good one.
It's like, I don't want to be your friend, motherfucker. Straight
Miss
punch
Tom.
to the nose.
If this was 15 years ago, would you include Tom from MySpace in that?
Hell no. Tom from MySpace is still in my top 8.
No, I'll keep Tom from MySpace. Fuck Facebook. Fuck Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, it's not Facebook now. It's Meta.
Fuck his metaverse. I will knock him back to the fucking metaverse.
Yeah.
I am pretty much actively not going to call Facebook Meta ever.
I mean, prior to getting a lot of money, Mark Zuckerberg looked like a person who was punched a lot in the face anyway. So
He's
it's like a
used
double
to it.
punch that made his face elongate.
But
You
yeah.
guys get it fixed with money.
All right, so okay, so talking reasonability, right? If that's not the case, if we're not making up mythical numbers, then I guess I guess it's going to be $5 a hit because like that's about as much as you're really going to actually be able to afford.
I guess
But-
the price is insulting. Like I don't know. Like
It
what's
also
an
matters if
insulting
they're
price
getting
to
the
punch
money.
someone in the
How
face?
about
Like,
less about what we would just who would we
Is it-
actually really spend resources? Because honestly, like someone was
okay,
like,
let's
spend
change it
money
up.
to
Let's
punch
say,
this
let's say,
person.
what resources would you use at your ability to punch a celebrity in the face?
As in, what do you mean by that? What resources would I?
I don't know. Well, you said let's be more serious about it in terms of like let's not like if you had I don't know.
Well, then we run into the problem that none of us could afford to punch a celebrity in the face.
I think I have what can resolve this.
Yeah.
You put $5 into a lottery, and you win that lottery, and the result of winning that lottery is you can pick any celebrity to punch in the face.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
that's good.
Okay. All right, Mike.
That
I mean,
works.
Mark Zuckerberg is still my thing. I want to punch that mofo so hard that like he forgets all those grand ideas he had for taking over the world.
Yeah.
Which is basically just another way of saying I hope I like make him brain dead.
Wow.
Damn, I didn't even say that about Jack Black.
Sorry, I'm pretty sure most people listening would agree that I'd be doing the world a favor.
I mean, if I had all of the resources at my disposal, I would honestly punch everybody except for Maggie Smith. I'd punch everybody that's ever been in an episode of Downton Abbey. Because I watched an episode of it and I felt like I lost 10 years of my life.
Thankfully, I've not seen.
I don't even know what it's
That's a
about.
reality
I
TV
just
show for me. Reality TV shows for me are just like absolutely horrible. I can't
How
stand
so?
like I think they ruined.
But do you know
like, the
do you
human
know how
race.
reality shows became a thing?
Oh well, it all started with
Cops?
real world and road rules.
No, do you know
then
why
Survivor,
do you know why it really started?
because there was a writer's strike in 2005,
Okay,
and then they had to
good.
fill
Yeah. At
all
least
of
you-
that
yes.
airtime with nothing.
At least
but
you know what
reality
you're
TV show.
talking about.
Oh
Okay,
yes,
I just wanted to make
that's
sure.
why my disdain for reality TV shows exists, is because that was all that was on TV. thanks to
Listen,
that
but what
writer's
did you?
strike.
But you watched reality TV.
I mean, come on, you
No, I
watched
didn't.
Cops. You watched Cops, right?
I stopped watching I stopped watching reality TV show on like the 3rd season of Survivor, because at that point everything was just trying to mimic the first.
I mean, I just dole them out nonchalant. Like I just be. There are certain people that if I saw them, it's more based on their ethics and their characteristics than like who they are on screen or anything like that. If that makes sense.
I concur. If we were gonna if I had to think about anyone I would put on this list, it's not about their talent or their art, whatever. If I don't like it, I don't like it. Steve. But it's really all about the type of human being they are and how lousy of a human being I think they are. That really, to quote a certain Family Guy character, really grinds my gears.
I would like to tell Oasis to shut the fuck up. I don't need to punch them, but I just need to tell them shut the fuck up
Oasis.
forever.
The band?
Yeah,
Okay. Why?
because
Because they're
their
whiny.
music sounds like somebody, like a fucking cat dying and moaning. That's what it sounds like.
Is that how you feel about like Radiohead too? Then
They're not great, but I can tolerate them. But
you
yeah,
might lose a friend in Julie if you say that out loud.
but Oasis just sounds like a fucking moaning cat. So I just wish they would stop.
Yeah.
Every time I'm out and I hear Oasis, I just silently want to die inside.
That's kind of how I feel about a lot of country, or maybe the entire genre.
Oh, I mean, I enjoy country. I would definitely, but I was thinking about it. I'd punch like people like I'd pay to punch like Blake Shelton or Luke Bryan. Anyone with like 2 first names in a row, or like a weird bougie like first name like Blake.
What about people that go by their middle name?
Silence.
He's not a celebrity that's putting out shitty country music.
I'm just I by the way, I only brought that up because Joe is actually going by his middle name.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think our listeners know, Nick.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He's not a celebrity and I wouldn't pay to punch him.
Thank you.
I don't have to pay to punch him.
I know you don't.
I think
It's
our
happened 3
listeners
times
should know
already.
that Carrie has definitely punched everybody on this show at least once. Probably like half a dozen to several dozen times.
This is true, but at least 90% of them were well deserved.
Carrie is the expert puncher here, so actually I would pay to have Carrie punch somebody in the face. So now that's how I would play this game. I would
Yeah.
put Carrie's name in and then direct her to punch Mark Zuckerberg in the face. That would
Gotcha.
be fantastic.
Now I'm like a pinch puncher.
But like, how would you do it? Would it okay? So I guess now that we know who we would punch, like, how would you do it? Is it like something where you would want them like to know, and they would like have to sit in a chair, or would it be like, I've given you $5 and I'm going to punch you whenever I want, so the next time I see you, you're going down. You know what I mean? Like what? Like set up a scenario.
I like surprises.
Ooh, so like part of me wants to just be there right in their face, warm up right in front of them, get my shoulders going. And honestly, I wouldn't wind up. It would just be like a solid, straight punch, extend the tricep, put my hip and shoulders into it, punch right through the nose and see how it goes.
Right through the nose. Okay,
Yeah.
so you'd hit him right in the face.
Yeah. But part of me also, I want to imagine Mark Zuckerberg, on stage. Part of me just wants him to really know it's coming. We literally just meet up. I warm up, get everything going. He can watch me warm up. I'm not going to really taunt him. I don't fucking care. I'm here to just do the business. And then again, I'm not going to wind up or anything. It's just going to be straight punch right to the face. Like extend that tricep, put my hips and shoulder into it, aim for some point like 6 inch behind his nose, one and done.
So now I have a question. Do you record it and then put it up on Facebook?
Part of me kind of wants to. Part of me also just wants to kind of keep it between us. So if I ever do run into him again, I just stare him down from like however far I am, because he has his bodyguards now. 'Cause he's terrified of me.
Yeah.
And I just know him. No, I gave him the fucking business. But then,
If he saw you and he was taunting you instead.
well, I mean, I know. And if he just wants to fucking taunt me, then maybe I did take a recording secretly that I put it on Facebook then. I don't know. And then part of me also wants to like him like on stage doing some big release for Meta or whatever he's fucking calling the company now. And as he's talking to this giant audience in this auditorium, just like walk up behind him and punch him in the back of the head. Cold cloud him. Like, fuck you, motherfucker.
Okay, I think I narrowed into who I would actually punch. Who's when they did the Jude Law? That's who I'd fucking punch in
Jude
the
Law.
goddamn face. Yeah, because I
Wow.
think he started all the stupid dry British rom-com of the early 2000s that really just like, he's just a pompous asshole. And he plays a good pompous asshole. He's a good pompous asshole in Captain Marvel.
It's good pompous asshole and spy.
Yeah.
He's been doing a couple good villains. He did those. He did he was the hell is that character's name in King Arthur? I don't know. He was
Mordred?
the uncle.
Yeah, but
No,
he's one of
no.
those people where when he comes on screen, it's kind of like what Steve was saying about Jack Black, but not as bad. It's like when I see him on face, I just want to hate him. So I'd actually enjoy punching him in the face, just like. And see, I would want it to be a total surprise. Like I would want him to like be walking down the street and I'd just be like, "Gotcha, bitch," and just like right across the cheek and then run away.
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally waiting for a premiere where Jack Black is on like a red carpet for a premiere, and I just walk up behind him, tap him on the shoulder, and deck him in front of all the cameras, and then I just walk away
Yeah.
into whatever the premiere is, and then just like make sure that he doesn't get in, so I just keep hitting him.
Now,
Would
would
you
you
st-
feel would you
oh.
feel bad if, I mean, because obviously, especially Jack Black has like a persona they put on for people. So would you feel bad if you punched him and then found out that he's nothing like that and he's actually like a really sad and depressed person behind the scenes?
You normally that stuff comes out, like you would know, like for instance, right? I do not like another person who I can't stand in movies is Dwayne Johnson. But for the Dwayne argument, at least he's nice to the people that he works with. He at least cares.
Do you have copious amounts of notes that tell you that Jack Black isn't nice to the people he works with?
I do
Not
necessarily.
Yeah,
have,
exactly.
have that kind of
The data
proof.
does not.
However, there's also no stories of his personal life because one, nobody really cares.
Wow.
So like it could be positive, it could be negative. Nobody really knows.
Shitting on Jack Black
cares.
over here.
I mean, you're a shithead for wanting privacy. Oh my god.
With or without privacy, like eventually you come across people outside of their environment. You're gonna get an idea of what they're like outside of their environment by the fact that how they interact with paparazzi or how they interact with news outlets, stuff of that nature. When there's nothing said about an individual, good nor bad or anything, and this person thinks that they're great, maybe nobody cares.
I feel like what you're saying right now is very, very much conjecture. I don't feel like you have anything to support what you're talking about, because I feel like if I went online, I mean, because it's also online, I could type in Jack Black does something good and I can get a million different things that he's done well. The thing is that he's just not in the limelight because people, they want, I mean, to be honest, no offense to Jack Black, no, he just they're like, they want to cover pretty people. They want to cover Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. They don't want to cover Jack Black. They want to cover Johnny Depp or Leonardo DiCaprio. They're like, Jack Black, he's making weird Hulk videos on his Instagram. He's as weird as all of us. He's a regular person. We don't want Joe Schmo on there. I think the reason why you want to punch Jack Black is because you secretly think that he's like you, and you want to punch yourself in the face.
Ooh, psychoanalysis.
No, if I wanted to punch myself in
Steve-
the face, I'd just do it because, if I ever needed to, I already do it. So it's
Steve
fine.
wants to punch Jack Black in the face because of hidden trauma. All right, Steve, time to punch yourself in the face.
I'll pay you
Let's
$5 to punch Jack Black in the face, aka you.
Come on, Steve, let's resolve that trauma. Punch yourself in the face.
I don't have any trauma on myself at this moment.
Nailed it.
Crickets.
Okay, Joe Carey, did you? I don't think you answered.
No.
Let's go.
Do you have one?
I would say I would have to pick Kanye just because his antics annoy me. But I would also then feel bad because he probably is either mentally ill, on the spectrum, or both.
I mean, he came out and said that he was bipolar. Like, he's being treated for bipolar disorder now.
What he says and what's actually the reality, I'm not sure, is always.
I mean, he's also starting his own church. And, I mean, I would just say, if you're going to punch him in the face, don't aim for his jaw because it's literally all metal.
Well, but then at least he might not be able to speak for a little.
Now, hang on there. I'm going to let you finish.
I mean, he recorded an entire song with his mouth wired shut. That's the reason why. That's one of the reasons why he's really famous. Have you ever listened to Through the Wire?
I've heard of it. I've never listened.
Oh my gosh, it's a good song. It's a really good song.
That's
I'll
the
be
thing.
honest,
I don't mind his music for the most part.
I enjoyed him until everything politicky happened, and that's where I'll end that conversation. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I just
really
get annoyed
liked
of his antics, and that's why.
Yeah,
his collaboration stuff with Jay-Z.
you liked it or you didn't like it?
I did like it.
Oh yeah.
They had that whole album.
Yeah, I mean, College Dropout is like such an amazing album, but you'd still punch him in the face, even though he made 5 beats a day each summer.
Yeah, no, he's still annoying. But that's also the other thing is I have a hard time picking just one person because it's like I have a harder time finding a celebrity that's actually someone that you can look up to.
Yeah.
So what Joe is saying, he wants to actually punch all of the celebrities. Is that true?
He just wants to line them up and just go ding, 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 ding. ding.
My problem with this is that I don't know them. Like, that was my point with Jack Black. He has a persona. I don't know what he's like as a person, so I don't feel like there's anybody I really hate that much that I want to punch them in the face. So, honestly, the first thing or person that came to my mind who's not actually a living person was Princess Peach, because she's the fucking most useless character I've ever fucking seen.
She's not even good in Mario Tennis.
She can't fucking help herself walk 2 steps.
She floats in Super Mario 2, which is pretty awesome.
Like, help me!
Okay, well, I mean, she's a celebrity. I'd take that.
But everybody else was giving real people answers, so I'm just saying Princess Peach was the first.
I mean, who would you punch? Like, what celebrity cartoon would you punch in the face?
Ooh.
What do you mean by celebrity cartoon?
Mine would be Skeeter from Doug. I'd clock
come
that
on.
motherfucker right in the face.
No. We can't
Yeah,
punch
Skeeter.
Skeeter is the best friend.
Skeeter's oh wait,
You
Skeeter.
talking about Roger?
Yeah.
Then maybe I have it wrong.
You
You're
trying to think about Roger?
Roger.
Roger Klotz. Hey, funny.
That was pretty good.
Wow, that was really good. Now I'm gonna clock you in the face, and it'll be like I'm punching Jack Black too. So I'll take it a little easy. Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, it was Roger. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
I was gonna say, I'm like, Skeeter, you can't hate Skeeter.
I mean, I hated him a little bit, but it was mostly just because of all of his sound, like all of the sound that came with him every time he came into fucking frame.
I would punch Rick from Rick and Morty.
Oh, really? I mean, but that guy would fucking take it. It's okay. We're more
That's
in
that's
Carrie's
just
world
that's just
now.
another day in the life for Rick, though.
I mean, he's the main reason why I can't watch that show. He's just fucking disgusting.
He'd be like, you hit like a bitch.
Belching and drooling, I'd be like,
It eases up as time goes on.
Oh my gosh,
It eases up a bit as it goes on.
The writing on that show is so good, though. I mean, it's just so good. The later episodes, they just get that and Solar Opposites, which are made by the same people. If you don't like Rick and Morty, you would like Solar Opposites. You should watch that.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, because it is. I mean, there's just a whole like story within a story. They have a fucking like human ant farm that they make by shrinking people and like creating a different world for them. It's absolutely insane and cool.
Sweet.
I know mine. I think you're all gonna agree. You know who deserves to get clocked in the fucking face? Jimmy
Who?
Pesto from Bob's Burgers.
That is true. Yeah.
Right? How
I
would pay
mean, but
real money
also-
to clock Jimmy Pesto.
But also,
in
he just
face.
needs some love, right? I feel like he's a dick because I mean that's also. But I mean maybe that's also Roger too. Roger's a dick because he's not loved.
No, Roger's just a dick.
Jimmy Pesto just has some idiot kids.
He does have some idiot kid.
They kind of allude to, I guess he's supposed to be divorced because
Yeah.
there were one or two instances. I think it was where they went in the taffy factory and the kids came out at the end. He's like, "Oh, I thought you were with your mother." You're like, "Dad, you came to save us!" Freaking Andy and Ollie. Those kids are idiots. Although so is Jimmy Jr. Yeah, he definitely has some idiot kids.
I mean, I would say Eric Cartman, but then I'd be too terrified about the vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of a sudden, you're eating.
All of a sudden, I'm eating my
dinner,
parents.
and he goes, "Do you like it? I made it myself."
What about you, Steve?
I'm still out on that one. I've never really thought about that before. I don't really know who I would pick.
Peter from Family Guy, most useless, annoying character there is in any show ever.
So you really just want to punch what's his Seth MacFarlane in the face?
Seth MacFarlane.
I like Seth MacFarlane. That's the problem.
I mean, Peter is kind of uniquely terrible. It kind of, I don't know, like, I have to say, like, I definitely, yeah. I mean, it is the point. I have to say, I do kind of lean towards American Dad a little bit more these days than I do Family Guy.
Yeah, I like American Dad's pretty good, although I don't watch either of them anymore. But
Yeah.
the first few seasons of Family Guy, and then once American Dad came out, I think I've seen most of 2 or 3 of those seasons. But
We're mostly down to Bob's Burgers these days.
oh, and
Gotcha.
Disenchantment we like. That's pretty good.
I didn't really like the first season of that.
Definitely gets a little better, but yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite, but I like the little demon kitty.
Okay. I mean, I didn't watch the whole first season, so I don't really have a frame of reference. And I feel like the first episode came out like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, I think they're on season 3 right now. Like, we're still catching up on that, so it's been
Gotcha.
a while.
Mhm.
But I just like the demon, the like little black. It's like a little black
name's
animated
Lucy.
character. Yeah, Lucy.
Uh-huh.
Everyone thinks he's a cat,
Yeah.
so that and
Uh-huh.
he's the evil one. But
Yeah,
that I enjoy just because it's like preposterous. But
Cool bean. Okay, so, well, I mean, I think that is a beautiful list of people that we'd punch in the face. I would pay to see a celebrity death match episode where like they all fought.
Yeah, I think they need to bring Celebrity Deathmatch back.
I do kind of miss that.
Yeah.
They did bring it back once for I think like a single episode or something. But I don't remember. I could be wrong. Could have been like a single season, but but I do kind of miss that. It probably not the greatest thing for a child or a teenager. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
But no,
Sorry.
but that's when I watched it. I said it's not appropriate for children, but that's when I watched it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I was definitely as a teenager, probably not great.
Okay, so if we were talking celebrity death match of our like celebrities that we picked, like who would win in a fight between like I don't know. Maybe this is maybe I don't know who to pit against who. Like Mark Zuckerberg versus Jack Black, who would win in like a celebrity death match?
I'm gonna put my money on Jack Black.
Yeah.
I'd probably put my money on Zuckerberg. One is more agile.
No, I feel like Mark Zuckerberg would try to get somebody to do it in his place.
I mean,
He
would choose a
he'd
champion.
He'd make
in
the
Celebrity
Zucker
Deathmatch,
bot.
he could do that. In Celebrity Deathmatch, he could do that. So
If there weren't rules, and I mean, if there was a rule that he couldn't do that, I would say Jack Black. Otherwise, but I feel like Zuckerberg would try to be a shithead and get somebody else to do it in his place.
I don't know. Zuckerberg strikes me as one of those people who probably does like, who lifts weights, stays healthy, and probably like learns, probably took some like martial arts class, but like doesn't know how to apply that shit. And he'll get his just one punch in the face by Jack Black. He's down.
I
He's
think
like,
you're
he's
giving him too much credit.
No, I'm saying Mark Zuckerberg will probably walk in thinking he's got this and then get punched right in the face once to be like, I'm down, I'm down, I'm down.
yeah, I don't know if necessarily if that would be him. Not nowadays. Maybe 10 years ago.
So did you not like Chris Farley? Because I feel like he had a similar.
No, Chris Farley was fine. No,
oh my gosh!
they're
If you would have
totally
said
different.
that
They're
I don't know
totally
if we
different.
could have stayed friends if you would have said you didn't like Chris Farley.
Oh no, never in a million years. But that also comes down to another point you're trying to make, right? Like if you're saying that they're of similar tastes, because they act the same. Well, guess who's copying Chris Farley?
I don't know who's copying Chris.
Jack Black.
No, I think they're very
Came after
different.
the fact.
I think they're both very different and unique characters.
I don't consider them related. Like like in the same line of humor or anything. But Gary's making that identifier, and if you're going to use that identifier, well, Jack Black came after.
Not the same exact humor, but just like they're not necessarily good-looking dudes, and they kind of act
outrageous.
I never said anything about him being a good or bad looking dude. Has nothing to do with that.
No, but I'm saying in a certain sense, like that's where they could be categorized similarly.
Nailed it. And then just to be honest, like Jude Law would beat all of them up, but then I don't know that maybe the crowd would turn on him because he's too beautiful and he shouldn't win.
I mean, remember we also have Jean-Claude Van Damme in this list somewhere, so I'm pretty sure.
And the entire cast of yeah, it turns into a live version of Bloodsport, and he's just like stomping on people's backs and yelling at them.
So since we're talking about wanting to punch people in the face, is this the opposite where the winner is actually the loser? So whoever is left standing, that would be the one of us that's the loser?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe that there's a celebrity death match, and then whoever's left after being punched and then thrown in the ring, they get to punch one of us.
I vote Steve.
Well,
I vote
your
Alex.
person has to win the death match in order to punch you back.
It's whoever you voted for to punch. If they win, they actually get to punch you.
I know
Yeah.
Princess Peach isn't winning. That bitch can't find herself out of a brown paper bag.
Maybe that's how she wins. She
Oh
just
my
gets herself so
God.
lost that she can't lose.
She couldn't even win if she had a Mario Kart.
Mario Kart?
I don't know, like go-kart car from Mario Kart. I was trying to
Mario
figure out
Kart?
how to say it.
It's me.
Mario.
I'ma punch you in the face.
No, I'm just gonna jump on your head and crack your spine.
Okay, I think we've I think this has gone on long enough.
Nick is like, I am done.
Well,
No more
I
of this.
I do have to head back to the shop. So, I mean, y'all can keep talking about it, but I'm gonna jump out.
No, I
Okay.
think this is probably about good because I think we hit the time point anyway.
Yeah. I think we I think we talked as much as we could about punching celebrities in the face.
I would
and
just like to add
hopefully-
one more thing.
Oh yeah, what's that?
If we're still on the, this isn't punching, but I think to this day, even after like a little kid, I would very happily drop kick Angelica Pickles.
You know,
Okay.
I gotta be honest with you, Alex. I was thinking kind of the same thing because I was trying to think of like cartoon characters that that you really feel like you really need to like put in their place. Angelica Pickles was one thing that went through my mind. I couldn't commit to it.
I will drop kick. I don't know if she's 2 or 3. If I have the opportunity, I will.
Okay, I love you all. I gotta go.
All right.
And that
night,
is
everybody.
another episode of Hey Jimmy.
Hey,
Jimmy!
Hey Jimmy!
Thanks for listening to Hey Jimmy. Big shout out to Anthony Morantz for our voiceover, Skane Music for creating our intro, and Sergio Duarte for creating our cover. All artists can be found on the freelance platform Fiverr. You can catch Hey Jimmy every week on all major streaming platforms.